Action and reaction. What is this? We live our lives reacting to someone else's actions or acting to get a reaction, just like the wonderful game of tennis. And photography is no different. It's a conversation between us and the subjects or a scene. We react to what we see in front of us. And each kind of photography has its own flavor of this conversation. For example, in portrait photography, we could say it's much more of a deeper dialogue between the photographer and the model. In street photography, it's a quick chat. And in architecture photography, it's more like talking to a wall. But it's still good to have that mindset because you're still receiving something from a scene and then making a decision and acting on that. So we could say photography is a dialogue. The real question is, where do I want to be in this conversation? And sometimes it's not so much where I want to be, but where I need to be. It's important to read the scene as best as possible. We need to understand where we are and who we are with, because you don't want to ask for pineapple in your pizza when you're in Italy. I've tried that, it never ends well. Every 15th of May, Madrid celebrates its local holiday, San Isidro. He's the patron of farmers and of course Madrid. He was a farmer born around the year 1070, so a long time ago. And he performed several miracles. So if you perform a miracle now, it only means there will be more holidays on the calendar, so start to think. Anyway, it was the perfect excuse to grab my camera and head to the streets. Where should I be in this conversation? Let's go back to that. Normally I'm not so intrusive. I like to be part of the conversation from a distance, unnoticed. And this is my mindset 85% of the time. And that day it was no different. However, look at the energy of the street. It was also very hard to isolate a single subject, even a whole scene from far away. There was too much movement and I found it quite hard to control what I wanted in my frame. It was one of those moments where I had to get closer. At first I didn't get it. I was engaging with the scene all wrong. For example, this photo is horrible. Clearly I was more lost than an octopus in a parking lot. And this is something we say in Spain. Don't ask me why an octopus would be in a parking lot or how it got there in the first place. But sometimes it's better not to ask questions. The iconic figure of Madrid's traditional culture is the chulapo or chulapa, which I'm guessing it's a fusion between the words chulo and guapo or guapa. It makes sense. They originated in the 19th century as a way to differentiate themselves from los afrancesados, which is a term to refer to those who adopted the French culture and influences, especially during Napoleonic times. Chulapos had a lively attitude, they were a bit mischievous and quite confident. They represent Madrid's energetic spirit. That's why in Madrid we have a fame for being chulos or cocky. But are we really like that, or is it just that in Madrid we have the best of everything? An iconic piece of attire is the carnation or clavel, which carries an important significance. A woman wearing two white carnations means she's single. If both of them are red, she's married. A red one and a white one, she's engaged, which means maybe you can still have a chance. And if she's wearing three carnations, two red ones and a white one, it means she's a widow. But I only saw people with one carnation. The instructions are pretty clear. You're either wearing two or three, so that was pretty confusing.
¿Te puedo sacar una foto? Sí, claro.
So yes, I wasn't meant to be so far away in this dialogue. I understood that I had to be there with the people, get in the crowd and be noticed. And when I understood that, everything changed. Not every scene is the same, not every day is the same, and our approach should not be the same either. Where do I want to be, and where should I be in this dialogue? Understand the scene, receive, and then act. Action, reaction. See you later, egg face.